The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
It's familiar, but not too familiar, but not too not familiar. It's a new craze. Hey, good girls, do you wanna just say, hey, I wanna? Just say, hey, I wanna.
Isn't it rich? Aren't we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to My Brother, Me, 100, a retrospective. I am your oldest brother, Justin McElroy.
I am your middlest brother, Travis McElroy.
I'm the sweet baby brother Griffin. Why are we talking like this?
It's like an NPR special.
Like an NPR special remembering the McElroy brothers.
Behind the wisdom.
Behind the wisdom, they called it.
I think that idea is Terry Gross.
Oh, Terry Gross humor. So welcome,
It's
everybody.
like we're walking on broken Ira glass. Those are the only two people I know from NPR.
Mm-hmm. Also, Rick Steves.
So, what do you know? This show stinks. That's my what do you know gag about what do you know with Michael Feldman.
People have listened to 100 episodes of this.
That's their bad.
And this is what we're delivering. These are the goofs we bring to our 100th episode.
This is our 100th goof episode. The show of 100 goofs is what this is going to be called. This is
not a lot of people know this, but the 100th anniversary is the bad NPR puns anniversary.
It's the most treasured gift. So this is our 100th show, if you can believe that shit. We started. God, we our first episode, I believe, was April 11th or April 12th.
Yeah, this is also our
2010.
2-year. I believe it's our 2-year anniversary.
It is.
Yeah. So we've been doing this junk for 2 years. You've been listening.
Which also means we skipped 12 episodes at some point along the way.
Our bad. Well, no, I don't think we numbered the Candle Nights episodes, did we?
And good job on the math there, Griffin. There's 52 weeks, so we'd be at
52
104.
weeks. That's 72 times 2. Hold on. Minus 6 is
Carry
100.
it. You forgot to carry it.
Did you carry it? Where's the square root?
I dropped the one.
Yeah.
You never show your work, Travis.
This is our advice show for the modern era. Thank you guys so much for letting us continue to do this for you for so long. We're not.
Thank you for not finding anything better to do.
Yeah, thank you for not getting one more extra productive hour in your week. Although I'm sure you're like cleaning. Are you cleaning the sink right now? You probably are.
Somebody's doing dishes right now.
You're doing dishes right now. Hey, if there's a couple doing dishes together while you're watching the show, I want you to look at each other and just be like, "Looks like we made it." Because these are the moments. This is like the equivalent of when you're painting the house together and she's got a handkerchief on her head, and then one of you accidentally gets paint on the other, and then oops, roller fight. This is like that kind of moment.
And also Walking on Sunshine is playing.
It's like the first 4 minutes of Up, and then hopefully not the 2 minutes that follow that.
You know
I would like someone who hasn't seen Up before to show them Up and then like hit stop after the first 4 minutes. Like that was it. It was just one of those Pixar shorts.
Pretty great, huh? It's just like, called Happy Marriage.
This is like the middle 5 minutes of the Curious Jam of Button Man. What's that? That old Brad Pitt jam. You know where he was old and she was young.
Jack.
You're thinking of Jack.
I'm thinking of Jack. So let's actually get to helping people. We've got probably too much to do this week, so let's get right on it. My roommate's girlfriend has taken to spending 4 or 5 days of the week at our apartment. She takes a shower twice a day, uses the toilet, does most of her laundry here, and uses the internet and cable. Is it appropriate to ask her to start paying utilities or even rent? I know this seems obvious, but we're in college, and she's still paying for her own apartment until the lease ends in August, so I'd feel sort of bad. But at the same time, me and my other roommates feel as though we're basically paying her to live here. Brothers, what are we to do? That's from Disgruntled in Delaware.
I don't think this issue is as black and white as it seems.
No, this question should be called how horrible it is to be in college.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you live with 6 people, right? You live with 6 people in a 3-bedroom house. That's thorny no matter which way you slice it.
You're basically squatters.
Now, you have complained that she uses the toilet, and I would not bring that up when you approach her. Like, hey, every flush, every dump flush you do, it's like 56 cents.
She's not gonna
put a piggy bank on the back of the toilet.
Yeah.
She's not gonna admit to her boyfriend that she uses the bathroom for another couple of years.
Yeah.
So you don't want to blow up her spot this soon.
Also, I would say that internet and cable might not be a good argument because they're completely renewable resources.
It's not like she's using up anything.
You used up all of my Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Can I be honest? Like, if I don't think the right solution is to ask for money. Like, I don't think that's the right.
Nope.
I think if you're uncomfortable with how much time she is spending there, then I think that you should talk to the guy about it.
No, talk to her too.
Well, no, I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a misogynist way. I mean that in like he's the one presumably a little bit better, and it's gonna be more comfortable.
And also,
I don't mean like the man makes the decisions for.
Here's the thing: unless she's like invited herself in some kind of crazy person way, he brought her, into the apartment. He's having her spend the night.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I'm saying the responsibility is on your roommate, not her.
I want to know about the crazy
return back
person way.
to the crazy person way in which is she secretly living in the house like a Borrible'd? Is that what's going on?
She doing a
she's
spell?
living in the wall?
Well, I'm not necessarily going that far, but so much as it's like she never goes home now, and she just like hangs out there all the time, and he's too afraid of her to like ask her to maybe spend the night at her own house once or twice a week.
So
She might be really physically intimidating, is what I'm saying.
She's like a witch, you mean? A witch that he's cursed with.
Thank you.
A witch that
Exactly.
inhabits the eaves of her house. Is this what you're saying? Maybe she sneaks down into the kitchen and steals all of his fruit, and also she's tiny because she's a Borrible.
Griffin's really hung up on the idea of Borrible girlfriend.
I don't think a Borrible is what you think it is.
Is it not like this?
I think you're thinking of borrowers.
God damn it!
A Borrible is a thing, but I
what
think
is
it's like
it?
a rat-like child.
What? I don't know. I think it's a book Dad used to read and talk about. Borribles.
I think it's a book Dad made up.
Let me cruise into this Borribles for a second. So there's a trilogy. They're written by an English author, and they're runaway children who eventually become Borribled, and when they wake up, they find their ears have been pointed.
Okay, so they are rat-like children.
They are very similar to elves and pixies of English folklore.
What I meant is that your girlfriend's a borrower. Your roommate's girlfriend is a borrower, and unless he's a borrower, I don't know. I can't get behind borrower crossbreeding. I don't mean to sound like that's not. I don't want to sound bigoted.
Griffin.
But I don't want to sound bigoted, but just like the physics of it is kind of gross to think about.
100 episodes in, and the truth comes out.
Finally, your flag flies. I'm so disappointed. Your flag. You're flying your flag of
Hatred.
hate flag,
And intolerance.
an intolerant flag.
I think the only time it's appropriate to ask a girlfriend that's like staying over for rent is if she does not have her own place. You know what I mean? If it's like, my lease ended,
she's a
and
homeless
now I'm
borrower?
No, I'm saying like if she's like crashing there for a month or two, like until if she finds another place or something, then you sure as fuck ask for rent.
This is like she has an offshore bank account though. Like she has an apartment that she pays $13 a month for because it's awful, but she stays here on the free skis because she can always say, "Oh no, I'm mainly incorporated over on 6th, the dirty part of it."
And this is where it gets to, especially if you're not paying for water, if like water is included in your rent, you have no leg to stand on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But maybe it's just like, I think that the money thing is not at the root of this. The root of it is a sort of place to hang your hat, but really like, she's there all the time.
Yeah.
And this is
especially if she's there when he's not.
Yeah.
Put your foot down.
This is like your place. Like, any boyfriend, girlfriend, like, you get a house and you think, okay, well, the three of us are going to live here and it's going to be a little crowded, but whatever, we'll make ends meet. Like, and then you have this other person who's always there and you don't know them and they're not paying anything, so you resent them.
Is it also that he just wants to play Madden and make dude farts? Could that be
Completely possible. I wanted to eat this oversized plate of chicken wings and make dude farts, and you're here all the time classing up the place.
I'm not saying that women can't eat chicken wings and play Madden and make dude farts. That's not what I'm saying.
That is exactly what women do when there aren't men around. I'm just saying the mixing of the sexes.
When you crossbreed, you can't.
When you crossbreed men and women.
Gervin does not believe in breeding between men and women.
No,
That's gross.
it's disgusting.
How do the parts even match up at that point, you know?
It says in the Bible, you must be equally yoked. And that cannot apply if one of you is a man and one of you is a woman. It's disgusting.
Like, if you're not dong slapping, which is when you hit two dongs together, like the thunder sticks at a stadium, like at a sports game.
Right.
Or I don't have a name for what it is when you do it with two vaginas. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
can we not?
You're gonna have to bleep that out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, I will. It would be our 100th episode without getting feverish questions about what horrible thing Travis said that we had to bleep out.
I hate you, Travis. You just got to talk to him and say, listen, either I don't think you can go halfway on this. Either she becomes a fourth roommate and she's there all the time, or wait a minute, the lease ends in August.
Yeah.
That's a ways.
Right. That's a hike. That's a ways out.
Yeah.
I don't think the money is going to fix your problem, though. I think she just needs to stop being there so much, and I think that's really what's bothering you.
I think 4 or 5 days a week is way too much. I think like 2 or 3 is fine. Especially, and here's the other thing. If she was just like getting there like 8 o'clock at night, they'd watch a movie and like she'd spend the night, and then she'd leave in the morning and go to class. But the fact that she's showering twice and doing her laundry, she's squatting in your home.
She's literally squatting because she's using your toilet. And that's not okay.
That's inappropriate.
You should put, you got to put nails on the toilet seat like they do to keep pigeons off of subway stops.
That is wholly impractical.
That's exactly what you need to do, girlfriend. Nailed it. Literally.
Literally. We asked you guys, those of you who we've helped, and I was using air quotes over the years, we asked you to check in with us to tell us how things are going. How things are going with you. How did it work out? Even though we do advise you to never take our advice. We're very clear about that. Some of you still do occasionally. Travis, give me a check-in. What's the story out there?
You answered my question in episode 29, The Quickening. My question was in regard to my older boyfriend, me 28, him 52, and my fears about introducing him to my friends. I cracked up at your world's greatest grandpa/boyfriend riff, but you eventually gave me some real advice, I would disagree, saying that my friends would be cool. It turns out they were. All my friends are now his friends, and we've been together for 2 years. Thanks, brothers, and congrats on your 100th episode. I listen every week and am a proud Maximum Fun supporter due to you. You joke, but you really do help more than you think. You're a faithful listener. Yes, I know it's weird.
Oh, yes, I know it's weird. I'm so happy to hear from you.
That's so nice. I remember that question. I'm glad everything worked out.
Me too.
Me too. Why did you take our advice?
We are very clear about this, usually.
We are in no way legally responsible for anything.
Although we do sometimes give so much different advice that you would almost, you almost have to take it.
We throw the advice spaghetti against the wall, and sometimes something sticks. But
That's exactly
for every one piece of spaghetti that does stick to the wall, like 80 pieces fall to the ground, and so in that respect,
and crush your dog.
We may help more.
They're giant pieces of spaghetti.
We may help more than we think, but we also hurt way more than we could ever calculate.
Right, because now you got mice. Look at all this pasta on the floor. This is an issue. We need to get somebody in here to clean this
But
up.
thank you for listening, and I'm glad that we could help.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And thanks for being a Maximum Fun supporter.
Yeah. You guys did amazing with that stuff. We won't harp on it too much, but you guys are just the best humans.
$1 billion.
Yeah, we raised $1 billion.
$1 billion a month.
Yeah.
$1 billion isn't cool though. You know what's cool?
A Yahoo answer?
A Yahoo answer question.
I thought you were going for a transition. No, we're really rich now. The three of us are getting to a point where we are. I would say we're careening towards pay to hunt Eastern European people in a forest.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's about where we're about like hostile rich.
I've actually at this point I took over a serfdom.
Did you?
Yeah, I have a whole army of serfs now.
You know, so rewarding. But
It is watching the twinkle in their eye as I give them some
having
grain.
your own serfs is one of, I think, one of the most rewarding investments you can make. My one piece of advice to you: keep your eye on Frankie and Annette, because they will get out of hand. Serfs.
No, I gotcha.
Surfing.
Uh-huh.
Griffin, help.
So
Please. Surfing.
yeah, I
No,
got you.
yeah, no.
cheat.
It's funny because they're homonyms.
Okay,
They sound the same, but they're spelled different.
let's go. Here we go. This Yahoo answer is sent by.
I don't think two homonyms should get married. There,
Guys,
it's
stop
out.
it.
I'm sorry.
Stop it. This Yahoo answer is sent in by Earl Parsons. Thank you, Earl. It's by Yahoo Answers user Bob, but not a builder, who asks, why do kids think it's cool to sag if they don't know the real meaning of it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but in prison, if you sag, does that mean you are owned by someone else in the prison?
God, this is absolutely a guidance counselor who's wanting to go to school the next day and just fucking nail people. Like, hey, you know what that means? I read on the internet.
He's setting up his own scared straight scenario. Is that what that... It seems counterintuitive to me to, if you are in prison and you belong to someone, if you were meant for them and they were meant for you, and you show off your plumage, you know?
Yeah.
If you air it out and you show it off and you say, this is mine, this is what I'm working with, you jealous? It seems like... I don't know. It seems like a better thing to do would be to like cover it up as much as you possibly could.
Just hoist it up to like your armpits.
Mm-hmm. Like when you get married in real life, you don't walk around hanging brain, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you are in a beautiful and committed relationship.
If I get married in prison to I believe I'm not attempting to offend. I believe the nomenclature is bitch. When I get married to a bitch in prison,
Wait.
what?
Justin.
Yes.
You would be the bitch.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
All right.
No,
Fair enough.
Wait.
I will commit myself to my man in such a way that I will wear a full
Thank you.
tarp that I have fashioned out of paper towels I stole when the warden wasn't looking.
Yeah.
And no other man other than Big Ricky J is gonna have his
the card
way.
thrower?
You will
What?
not be allowed to be in a room alone with a man who is not your I guess butt king. What are they called?
They're butt kings and bitches.
You will not be allowed to be in a room alone with a man who is not your butt king, except for the hundreds and hundreds of men that you like legally have to stay in a room alone with all the time because you're in prison.
Right,
Yeah.
but I'll be very cool to them. I will be
Yes.
very distant.
Oh, just an ice
1,000-yard stare. Just really inaccessible. They'll try to chat me up about, I don't know, how bad the
Breakout
biscuits were
Kings.
that morning.
I think everybody talks about Breakout Kings.
You think they're only talking about Breakout Kings and, like, Alcatraz? That series. That's all
Did you guys see
get.
Alcatraz last night? I wish we could disappear, travel in time, and then Hurley would be there for some reason.
Love that.
I don't like living in a universe in which there's a secret code enclosed that I'm unaware of.
Is this what... A couple questions. First off, are kids still doing this?
Yes. Well, okay, now
I'm getting some conflicting reports on the
My kids aren't. My kids aren't doing it.
Okay.
God knows.
Now, here's counter argument.
Okay.
Yesterday, when I saw the Three Stooges, there was a
You
part
fucking
where Larry. Let me finish. There's a part where
You had to torpedo our comedy by bringing that poison into it.
Let me finish. There was a pretty good bit where a gentleman walked past Larry, and he said, "Oh, your pants are hanging down. Let me help you." And then he pulled them up. So that is at least. I think their kids must still be doing it, because why else would it be in the Three Stooges?
Well, as we all know, Three Stooges has their finger on the pulse of the youth nation.
Actually, after watching the film, I can confirm it has the finger on the pulse of euthanasia. I'm actually really ready to go afterwards. But pretty good flick.
I feel like I don't see. I live in Austin, so I see kids wearing their pants actually tighter and higher up than the national average. Mm-hmm. They like them tight and high here. So
high and tight.
Here in Cincinnati, I've seen this thing where kids only wear one leg of their pants at a time.
Explain, please.
Well, you kind of alternate.
So it hangs
like
the
your
other
left leg in.
The other one hangs down off their dong like an elephant trunk?
No, it's just off to the side. You know when on commercials when people do the "I have big pants" because they lost a bunch of weight thing?
Yeah.
It's like that, except the side of the pants extend and the other leg is naked.
So do they hop around?
Yeah, well, no,
leg?
they put like the left leg of their pants on their right leg, or they put the right leg of their pants on their left leg, so like the other side
just
extends
dangles
out to the
impotently
side.
like a skip it.
Yes, and then they skip it.
The very best thing of all. This bit doesn't make sense at all.
Oh Christ!
Christ. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think that this is what this means in prison. I think there's another way of showing off that I am committed.
But who can keep track? People are talking about salad
of all the secret codes in prison.
People talk about salad tossing a lot in prison movies.
Yeah.
I have in my life understood that to mean at least 4 different things. Mm-hmm. I do not know what that actually means, and I'm not sure any of the prisoners do either. Mm-hmm. So what means sagging in one, like what sagging means in one prison, may not mean the same thing in another one. Does that make sense?
I'm pretty sure that dong slapping is the only universal language of love.
Yeah,
that is true.
Because that leaves nothing to the imagination. That is as cut and dry as possible, except it is actually very wet.
Even the name of it is perfectly descriptive.
Yeah. When I say dong slapping, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It conjures a horrifying mental image that you just can't get out of your head.
Mm-hmm. Horrifying.
And a sound.
It's actually,
the sound.
It's actually, yeah.
It's actually quite romantic. Did you see that episode of Planet Earth when the 2 cheetahs did it?
Mm-hmm. There's never been a more beautiful expression of power in this world, I don't think.
Hey guys, Phil from Cincinnati here. Wanted to call and congratulate you on your 100th episode. I've written in twice, and you've helped me both times on how to talk to my coworkers and also how to get my friends to wash their hands after they use the bathroom. So thanks again. Take care.
Hey, MBMBaM, this is known MBMBaM fan, Uzman Mariko, and I'd like to congratulate you on your 100th episode, and I look forward for 100 more. Lots of laughs, lots of giggles, and lots of wiggles, I suppose.
I am planning on asking my lady friend for her hand in marriage. My grandma has made it known to me that she would like my girlfriend to have my grandma's engagement ring. If I give my girl my nunnie's ring, she will think it is a sweet sentiment, or will I look like an El Cheapo for not shelling out for a brand new ring? Brothers, help a brother. That's betwixt and Bethune, South Carolina. Bethune, is that the right pronunciation? Bethune?
What? Bethune?
Bethune?
Bethany.
Bethany, okay.
Oh, shit. You fucked that up so hard.
There's no why.
Guys, I don't know what El Cheapo means.
I don't think that anyone has ever received I almost said the phrase hand-me-down ring. Not what I meant.
It's a finger-me-down.
Heirloom ring. And been like, oh, too cheap to buy your own, huh? Like, I don't think that translates.
It depends on how shitty your grandma's ring is, straight up. What are you dealing with? How many carats?
Is it like a ring pop?
If it's a ring pop, then... if it's a ring pop with candy on top, then that's bad. But if it's a ring pop with a ring pop-sized diamond... that would also probably be bad because she couldn't really do anything with that hand anymore.
The good thing about this question is that you don't actually have to figure out the answer beforehand. Let me explain. If you go to her, you hand her the ring, you tell her the story behind the ring, tell her it's sort of a family heirloom type thing. You watch her face. If she is touched and thrilled just at the prospect of the two of you getting married and the fact that you gave her such a treasured family heirloom, you gotta keep her. Great. If you see for a second something flick across her face that you did not buy the ring and she's displeased by that, you snatch that ring back, you make a run for a plate glass window, you smash through it, and you never look back. Okay?
You took a much more extreme second option than I thought you were
No
going to
way.
say.
No, you listen to me. You smash through the plate glass window and you never look back because you did it bad. You thought you were doing good when you dated her. You did a bad job. You found a bad partner.
Could he not just say, like,
No.
I've got this ring until I, like, can get, you know,
No,
a
Travis,
different one?
No.
No.
No,
You
Once
gotta
you blow
go.
the proposal, it's all over.
You gotta go.
Right.
Plan your escape. Check the gauge of the plate glass. Because if it's
Yeah.
too thick, you're just gonna bounce right off, and that'll be.
Could you use your grandmother's ring to cut through
This
the plate glass
is
window?
it. This is it. This is a good idea.
Yes. Use the ring. Use the ring. And then you're going to find out if you're giving her some whack cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
Like, you use the ring to score, basically, a section of the glass that you will be able to smash through.
Yeah, a mark-shaped hole.
You just make a Mark-shaped hole where Mark can take a run at it and just really smash through. Please propose to her on the first floor of a building.
Yeah, I was about to say, make sure you plan it on a low level. Maybe
Low
second,
level.
but
Low level. But listen to me, nephew. You give her that ring and she's disappointed that you didn't buy it yourself, you gotta run. You have to run because you did it bad. And get the ring back, too, because your Nunnie is going to be pretty upset.
Well, she'll be upset either way. That's her. Yeah. That's her fucking ring. Just let your Nunnie have her ring. God damn it.
It's Nunnie, like the only thing she has left.
Hey, Nunnie, do you mind if I grave robber you while you're still alive? I may be in love with this girl.
I can't figure it out until I try to give her your ring.
Yeah.
I gave Sydney our Nonnie's ring, and she loved it. I mean, it was because if you have if you're getting involved with the right kind of person, they will understand that things like family and things that have been passed down this way have more value than
$1 billion ring.
$1 billion ring.
I don't know.
Well,
okay. If
have
you
a reasonable.
If I pawn,
I have a chart.
If I pawn my Nunnie's ring,
I
can get maybe a half gram of meth.
Right.
Okay.
But if I,
so it's like, you're right. You got to figure it out. If X is the value of how much you love your Nunnie and how much she means to you, versus how old the ring is and the carat, you can figure out a dollar amount. I guess is that if that's what you're saying.
That is it. Well, I was just saying that anytime you pawn something, I don't think anybody's ever pawned anything and then not spent the money on methamphetamines.
They actually started using that metric in Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
They say, I have this authentic Roy Rogers shirt that he wore in Shuffle Down to Buffalo. Can I have 3 grams of meth for this? And they would say, no, I'll give you two crystals.
Yeah.
How is it okay to propose to your girlfriend with your grandmother's meth?
Yeah, sure.
And I would like to think that you probably know the answer to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would hope that you know if that will mean something to her. I understand what you're saying, but the sentiment in this case will mean more than the dollar amount. And what's Griffin? You don't agree?
I had a thought. What if it's a toe ring? He didn't specify.
Or like a belly button ring.
It could be any number of rings to get engaged in. Because it doesn't say anywhere that an engagement ring has to be a gold band with a little diamond on top of it. I don't think. Does it? It probably does say that somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably. Where would it say that?
In the book.
The book
Bible.
of,
In a book.
The book of
The
Zales. Open your Bibles to the book of Zales. If it's a toe ring, then
It's a toe ring. Your grandma is whack.
your
You have a
grandma's
whack
pretty weird.
Nunnie. And you need to get a new nunny first and then new wife. Priorities. Because your nunny may not be with you forever.
You're going to need 2 plate glass windows or one very large, very rigid one.
Okay. So you go to your nunny. You say, I'm ready to propose to Bethany in Bethune. I need your ring. If you see her reaching for the shoe, you run at that plate glass and you smash it out because you're done with that nunny. You need a new one. New nunny.
You find Nunny 2. She says, I keep my rings on my finger like an adult.
Then you go to your new...
You grave robber. And then you
go
go...
to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And you say, I got this ring from Neo-Nunnie and I want you to be mine. And then...
She says, did you buy that? Was it on a toe? You say, no to both. Find that other plate glass, smash it, run back to Nunny, realize that you went back to first Nunny, say, oh, fuck, smash through another one. And by this point, you are probably cut to ribbons.
I'm pretty tired.
You're probably very tired because this all happened in like 2 minutes.
Go to Jared's.
Then you go to Jared's and you get it
just
right.
Go to Jared. Do it right. Travis.
And then find a new girlfriend.
At Jared's. She works the cashier. She knows her stuff.
She's a good lady. Propose to her. Travis.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
brothers.
We help anybody else?
Nope. But, hey, brothers. I was the one who wrote a while back asking if the height difference between this girl that I like was a deal breaker. She is several inches taller than me. I'm happy to report that I took your advice and asked her out. We have been happily dating for almost 4 months. She usually wears flats, so we're about the same height. Anyway, thanks for the help, guys. You're awesome. And that's from Compact in Kentucky.
Oh, that's good to hear.
That's good to hear, but I feel like pretty much anybody would have told you that thing we told you.
Yeah.
That was not a tough one.
Did you talk to anyone else before us? Were we your first step?
Oh, Christ, I hope not.
That's like the one thing you can't do.
What kind of horrible brand of dude would you have to talk to that'd be like, oh, she's taller than you? No way. No way.
Get out of town. Let's just sit around and make dude farts.
Pass the Madden troller.
Did you ask Charlie Sheen about this before you came to us? He's a very diminutive man, right?
I think
Charlie Sheen?
He's diminutive and horrible, like some sort of troll. Like some sort of
Hey guys,
swamp
check
monster.
this out. Winning.
Right? Oh boy.
Remember it was in Three Stooges. There was a
Is there a scene in Three Stooges where they quote Charlie Sheen?
Is that what you're saying?
No, but there is a scene where
Justin, I don't want to hear it.
There's a scene. No, you do have to hear it. There's a scene for
have to hear it
for 20 minutes, maybe 25.
That's a pretty good length for a scene. Yeah.
Well, it's comprised of 3 shorts, 3 half-hour-long shorts. In the third
movie
short,
is?
Yeah. Are you?
And in the movie for about half hour, Mo is part of the cast of Jersey Shore. Dynamo, as they refer to him. Dynamo.
Uh-huh.
Dynamo. He's a part of the
If you
Jersey
do this,
Shore.
I'm going to start talking about how I watched Joe Dirt yesterday.
I don't want to do this. I'm just telling you guys I saw it. It's pretty good.
I'm just saying that we will do mutually assured joke destruction. If you keep talking about Three Stooges, I will bring up Joe Dirt.
Let's talk about anything else then.
Okay.
Anything else?
Guys,
We've
I
all
watched
got things-
Hudson Hawk yesterday, and let me...
No!
How about
You son of a bitch.
How about a Yahoo answer?
Please.
This Yahoo answer was sent in by Golly Ayali. Thank you, Golly. It's by Yahoo Answers user Lola, who asks, will standing up and eating help me get a fatter butt? Not a bigger, rounder, skinnier butt. A fat, juicy butt. I don't want to exercise her because that made my thighs and my butt skinny. I want a fat, delicious, juicy butt. And also thighs.
Please stop saying that.
I want a fat, delicious, juicy butt. And also thighs. Will standing up and eating help me do that?
Can you read, Griffin? Can I make a switch?
I want a
request?
fat,
Episode
delicious,
100.
juicy
Thank
butt.
You. That was what I was going to request, actually. So if you want a fat, delicious, juicy butt, there are 3 things you must do.
Okay.
First, avoid those workout tapes by Fonda. That's super key.
Yeah. They'll give you a light bulb figure, and you do not want that. You want an upside down light bulb.
Yeah.
And you don't want that, and neither does my anaconda.
Yeah. Travis's anaconda is very particular about fat. Juicy.
Just the juiciest butts for
Now,
me.
you
Thank
did not
very
comment
much.
on the flavor of the butt, and I feel like that's an important modifier.
Like a sweet, juicy butt?
Oh, Christ.
This is a very hoppy butt. This is a very bitter.
What year is this butt?
What year is this butt? This is a fine butt vintage.
She is, let me tell you, I just started seeing someone. She is just marbled down there. It's wonderful.
This is a juicy butt with some hints of, what is that? Grape, tobacco.
You can't smell it,
and-
though.
I didn't mean so. I was sniffling.
can't smell the butt.
Um,
You just bite the butt and it tastes juicy.
Is
I
there-
think-
Because you swish it around in your mouth and then you spit it out. It's so important that you don't swallow the butt.
guys, no.
I'm butt drunk. Help.
You don't get butt drunk.
Dude, my favorite scene in Sideways went thusly. You guys are just could choose your own adventure on that one. I'll leave that. You can email the way that bit concludes
Can you
to us. I'll give you a mailing address here in a second.
Can you move food around your body like some sort of food wizard like this? I didn't know. Like if you
Like, you mean by like standing up, gravity takes care of it?
if you do a headstand while eating burritos, then you get
get
really
fat hair.
really toned calves. If you lie on your back and you drink a milkshake, you get a fat back.
That's the last thing you want. That's why it's so important not to eat lying down. That's why hospital beds sit you up so it angles the food to your butt.
Exactly. You're fat.
You actually have to do that thing that they always do in the comedic hospital scenes where like the bed goes haywire and like bends them up into a V.
yeah.
You got to do that so,
So
it all settles in the
All
butt.
the blood in your body is just in your fat, delicious, juicy butt, and
Well, I just worry that if you did it standing up, you're going to end up with fat, juicy, delicious feet.
That's the worst.
well,
You gotta, yeah.
unless you're some element on Craigslist,
Unless you're a member of a certain community.
let's call them feet
my brother
guys.
made fan group. Ah, feet guys. That's right.
Guys, I don't think much about my own butt. But
Join the
when
club.
I think about me, like at me, right? And I think about if my butt could be considered by myself or any outside party as being juicy, that's not a good any sort of dampness.
I would like a light, airy butt.
I would like a powdery butt. That's sort of my
A delicious, cakey butt.
something. Even cakey, even cakey has intonations of moistness, which I cannot get behind.
So like an overcooked, well done butt.
Yeah, charred,
we are-
not like a
Yeah.
bursting with fruit flavor. Like I want it
With a delicious, juicy center.
right.
Smoked to perfection is what you want your butt to be.
Exactly.
You want a teriyaki jerked butt.
Okay.
I feel like this is actually an interesting place where the sexes divert in many cases, but not all.
Tell me.
I feel like most women, if asked to describe their butt, could give you a few paragraphs on that.
Yeah.
Like had sort of their feelings on it. I most of the time could not be less aware of the fact that I have a butt.
Like, you know, the only time I'm aware of my butt, long car trips.
Yeah,
When
when
I'm
it starts
driving and my butt
complaining.
falls asleep.
Yeah.
If it's
But,
humid
like,
outside, things get a little juicy. I'm with you.
No, it's because I have zero fat juiciness on my butt,
Yeah.
and my butt bones dig directly into the car seats and tear them up.
Yeah.
So
So that's what Travis's butt is like.
Yeah.
Justin,
what was
Talk about
your
their butts?
nickname when you were a tot, Trav?
Bony butt boy,
It's not a very good
if
nickname.
you must know.
It's legit. Oh man, that's a good.
That
show.
Travis McElroy, he's got a sharp ass.
Just the
Sharp ass.
the most acute butt.
He sat
Not a
Thank you very
cute
much.
butt, mind you.
Nope, it's acute.
He sat on Santa's lap at the Huntington Mall exactly once, and they would not let him back because that Santa
Yeah.
lost his leg.
No, that happened.
It happened. Hey guys, I have a coworker. She leaves her stuff strewn about our offices. She only picks up after herself after being asked to do so several times, or she waits for someone else to do it for her. She also takes my supplies and doesn't return or replenish them. I don't want to make enemies in the office, especially since I work on a relatively small staff. How do I nicely ask her to be more considerate? That's from Irritated in Illinois.
I think you post a note, a passive-aggressive note.
Yeah.
Does that work? Can you...
Hey, Deborah.
Yeah.
I noticed things have been getting a little out of hand lately, which reminds me I'm missing a stapler. Put it in my hand, please.
That's.
Please,
I'm pretty sure that's more active aggressive than you.
Hey, bitch.
Passive. Okay.
Go my stapler.
Stop. No.
Hey, slut.
No.
No?
You can't just say something in that sing-song voice. And then,
Hey, where's my 3-hole punch?
hey,
for?
gonna burn your house down.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going? Gonna kill your dad.
Bring back with the hole punch. Or I'll put centipedes in your vagina.
Why? How would that self-operation go down?
Without you noticing.
Without you noticing, I'm a wizard.
Christ.
Did you consider becoming a wizard? Or a witch? You can
pass-
hide in the eaves of her home, flushing her toilet and watching her internet.
A passive-aggressive note would be like, boy, it sure would be nice if people would stop stealing office supplies. Oh, I gave myself a chill when I
We're
said
not
that.
good at this. We're not good at passive aggressive. Here's the one thing that we McElroys can do. We stew and we stew and we stew. Then we get aggressive once, regular aggressive, and then we get embarrassed and we quit. That's our plan of attack.
So I guess start working on your resume.
I guess, yeah. Start reaching out to
Could
some
you
of
do
your
this?
LinkedIn
Like,
contacts.
go get a stack of papers together and go to reach for the point where your stapler used to be, and like just stop with your hand in the air and lower your hand and just sigh deeply. And do that like 50 times a day.
Just every once in a while, just announce, I miss my stapler.
Yeah.
That stapler was given to me by my nunnie.
Maybe you could start stealing things from her. And then you just have
Like
a
her
drawer
car.
Or her
of all her
husband.
stuff. Steal her, man. You are...
Her identity.
No, that is one way you can have all your stuff back. If you steal your identity, you'll be both her and you simultaneously. So you could just go and lift stuff off the desk.
It'll be like that, what was that movie with Matt Damon? The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Goodwill Hunting.
No.
No. It was
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Being John Malkovich.
Yeah,
Something man's name.
right. I don't know
How to lose a man in 10 days.
How to lose a man in 10 days. Is that it?
How to Become a Man in 10 Days is what it was. How to Become Another Man. Is this it's a fucking stapler. To me, I have a monetary value of how much I have to be inconvenienced before I'll start worrying about something and like put myself through that mental distress. And it's high, guys. It's like $150.
Can I tell you guys something?
But you're also you're now amongst the super rich though.
I'm
Your
incredibly
perspective's
incredibly
completely-
wealthy, but even before the Max Fun Drive filled my coffers to a preposterous degree, if someone would like clip my side view mirror and take off, I would be like, I would get their license plate number and I would promptly throw it away because I can fix that. That's not a big deal. They were probably in a hurry anyway.
And let me tell you guys, I am the other side of this question. I'm the person with the messy desk that steals everyone's stapler and tape dispenser and whiteout. And I thrive on knowing that people aren't going to bring it up.
Travis can't finish unless he knows he's suppressing somebody over some menial issue.
Travis, you can loan Travis things like video games, and he will insist several weeks later that he purchased that video game. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about like
Things become mine.
Yeah.
a full library of games that I fully accept. I send his way, and they will never return.
He doesn't
doorstep.
he doesn't borrow things as much as he can scripts them.
And the funny thing is, I'm super, super anal about getting stuff back from people.
Well, yes, but that's just
Yeah.
because you're terrible.
Yeah, they have a word for that. It's a hypocrite.
You
a
know-
hypocrite. Sorry.
Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Travis takes that and he kind of makes it his own. He kind of puts
Right.
his own spin on it. Like it's okay, it's cool to be a borrower, but fuck lending. I'm out, Travis McElroy.
Peace. No, Travis is a good dude. We like.
Yeah,
having
Travis
fun.
is great.
Thank
Travis
you
is
guys
great.
so much.
He's
I'm
good.
trying to get better at it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to get better at
Not
returning people's
actively,
statements.
sure.
But you
It's-
would
No,
like to
like
be-
mentally, I'm trying to become more okay with the fact that I do
Yeah.
it.
That is our advice for everything. Don't fix your problems, but do accept them so they're not problems anymore. They're quirks.
If you could just like send me pictures of my seasons 1 through 3 of Smallville every once in a while, just so I can like catch up on how they're doing, just like a quick status update. I just want to know.
I'm practicing to be like a totalitarian dictator, like just slowly taking over, annexing the areas around me. But I started with DVDs and video games.
Sure.
I organized my West Wing seasons yesterday, and it was an easy job because it was 1 and 6. So, you see something like that, you think, "Oops, must be Travis."
Hey, MBMBaM, happy 100 years of podcasting.
Hello, this is Ira Glass from the popular podcast This American Life, and I'm here with Dan Savage from the popular podcast Dan Savage. He can't come to the phone. I just wanted to say you kids are doing a bang-up job, and to keep up the good work. 100, that's really impressive, and I think you guys are gonna make it in this business.
We got another check-in email, and it says, "You answered my question on how to get my boyfriend to move from Chicago to Indianapolis. I'm happy to say that after listening to the episode, he mulled it over and he'll be moving here in about a month from now. I really think the part where Griffin threatened to kill him made all the difference." And that's from soon not to be isolated in Indianapolis.
I don't remember.
Is this the one where we talked about the pies and the cheesecake, and then Griffin said he was going to kill someone?
Yes.
That
this
doesn't
is the-
sound like something I do though.
This is the baker.
I
lady who
definitely,
bakes those
I
goods.
definitely killed someone in Chicago. So
Hence why you live in Austin under a different name.
that's why
What's your new name, Griffin? I meant to ask you. I've been wanting to send you a birthday card.
It's Tiesson with 2 S's. But no last name. I did some research. It's the most off the grid name that I could possibly generate.
I miss Griffin.
I miss him so
Fuck
much.
Griffin.
There is only
Tyson's
Tyson.
here to play. Where's the women? Bring them out, please, for Tiesson.
Just so Tyson, just so I have this clear, is it Tyss?
TIE.
Oh,
It's spelled like if it's spelled like ties, son. Like you're telling your son about.
Is it hyphen? It sounds hyphenated.
Nope. It's just you put a little emphasis. There's like an umlaut on the second S. Tyson.
okay, got it.
Tyson loves to party. He loves the women. That's all there is to it.
That's him in a nutshell. You can't change the direction of the wind, and you can't stop Tyson from partying. That's the one thing about him that I do like.
I don't like nothing about Tyson.
The thing about Tyson, though, is that his tastes run a little expensive, and as a result, we have to every once in a while take him to the money zone.
You said that like we're taking him to Showbiz Pizza.
We are the one place you can't take Tyson.
Tyson, get in the car.
Tyson,
Get in the car.
put on this paper crown, Tyson. We're taking you to Showbiz Pizza. Hey, I'm really excited about this week because we are talking about Cast of Thrones. It's on iTunes. Search it right now, Cast of Thrones. It is the top-ranked unofficial Game of Thrones podcast on iTunes. It is spoiler-free. It is very, very funny, and it will help you make sense of Game of Thrones, which can get kind of confusing. They talk to cast members, which is very cool. They've had some high-profile guests on there from the program, which I think is awesome. And as somebody who recently kind of got back into Game of Thrones after stopped watching the series for a while and trying to hop back on, I found Cast of Thrones pretty invaluable.
Now, what if I've never read or seen Game of Thrones, and this might be the first time I've ever heard of it?
Travis,
is this a podcast for
Travis
me?
doesn't know a Lannister from a Stark from a Harry Potter.
Right.
That's true.
I would suggest that you download it right now.
Uh-huh.
because it makes our marketing look more effective.
Got
And
it.
then you listen to it later when you watch the show. Also, why are you not watching the show or read these books?
It's made for you, Travis.
It's made for you.
What do you love, Travis? Do you love it? Do you love incest? Do you love dragons? I
love
should
dragon
not have
incest.
started with incest. Do you like swordsmanship? Do you like it when brothers
Yeah.
and sisters bang down?
Don't. Why does that? Don't.
What about when
Don't ask
secret-
about that on the
what
air.
about-
We can talk about
What
that
about
after
when
the show.
secret kings play dong slaps with each other?
This is fucking classic Tiesson. He has to make everybody so uncomfortable.
There are also things that are in the show, so if you're not ready for the reality of secret
Did
kings,
they talk about incest on Cast of Thrones?
they have. What else would they
Hopefully.
talk
would
about?
Have to.
They can't
Yeah.
talk around the incest.
It's either that or they talk about the lighting on the show. Those
Yeah.
are the two things.
Sean Bean turned in a particularly thrilling performance, and also two kings just totally went to town on each other.
Cast of Thrones is on iTunes. You can search for it. You can go get it. And Griffin wrote this song about it.
I'm gonna try and do the actual theme song to the show.
Really?
Thrones cast, Game of Thrones cast, it's got incest. King sex, secret king sex, Dinklage Town. Prostitutes, it's got prostitutes, 40 prostitutes or so. There's fisting, there's sometimes fisting, Cast of Thrones. That was mostly just things that are on the show Game of Thrones. Peter Dinklage lives in
say there-
Dinklage. Peter Dinklage lives
Sorry.
in Dinklage Town in the show.
I'm sorry. Did you say fisting?
Did you say fisting?
There's a very long and uncomfortable fisting scene.
I don't want to
With
get
Peter Dinklage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So it
terrible.
turns-
Looks like a deleted scene from the Muppets movie. It's a nightmare.
Oh no!
Cast of Thrones on iTunes. I just graduated. I just graduated from college in the middle of the school year. I have a job lined up, but it does not start until July. Any tips on how I can spend this incredible amount of free time? I already read, write, and play video games, but I'm looking for some new jams. Justin's been talking about geocaching. What's the good word on that? Anyway, thanks for the help. That's from Bored Nightly in NYC. I feel like I can't stop talking about geocaching, but
Geocaching is the shit.
Tell me,
I got
please.
you guys on. Well, Griffin's not on the
didn't.
tip yet.
I'm sure there's lots of people doing it in Austin. Like, if it's a weird thing that you can spend time on and not get paid for, like, Austin's got it.
There, within like 20 miles of me in Cincinnati, there's like 300 geocaches. So I bet.
Did you
that
find
there's
some-
like just millions in Austin?
Did you find some choice caches, by the way, Trav? Did you find some good stuff?
I found so many choice caches. I've explored so many parks and had more outdoor time in the last week than I've had in the last 3 years.
I know, because you go to all these places that you would never expect to go to, or things that are in your neck of the woods, but you would have no reason to climb or explore.
And you know the
Geocaching's
best
great. I would expect
There's two different things. There's one where it's like, I'm going to go explore this park and like go for a hike. And there's two where it's like, oh, this is a parking lot I've parked in 1,000 times and there was something hidden under my nose that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Like, those are super cool. I love those.
there was something in a guard hidden in a guardrail, and you've driven past it 10 times, and there's been something there for 10 years, and it's like, but you can totally do that in New York. I'm sure there's some nice
Guys,
geocaching there.
I
some
made a-
people hiding stuff.
I made a poop the other day, and a geocache fell out.
I was wondering.
They're everywhere.
I was wondering where you would be when you would discover that one that I hid, but I'm glad.
Did you sign the log and put it back?
So yeah, the geocaching is something you can do to sort of do some free time. You read, write, and play video games. Like that's pretty much my whole day. So I can't take you too much deeper than that.
Like,
Maybe try to watch all the
literally
movies on AFI's
Anything else?
best films list. You could do that.
I suggest going to your favorite grocery store and buying some sort of food item and go home, get on allrecipes.com, search that food item, look up a recipe, I guess go back to the store and buy the other things that you need to make the recipe. And then before you know it, you're learning how to cook. That's how I did it.
And then blog all about
Blog
that.
about it, because, God, I want to hear about it. Oh, you made crepes. Great. Great crepes. That's your website's name, greatcrepes.org.
Greatcrepes.tumblr.com.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Typically, yeah, in our culture, you usually, I think when you have a lot of free time, you're supposed to spend a year doing something that you wouldn't normally do and then write a book about it. Mm-hmm. That seems to be the...
Eat, pray, crepes.
Eat, pray, crepes. Buy a sushi kit and start making your own sushi. You're wasting everyone's time not doing that.
Yeah, learn to cook something you don't know. Yesterday I made steak au poivre for the first time. It's delicious. It's steak in a brandy cream sauce.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds delicious.
It's really good and easy, but like I wouldn't have known how to do it if I hadn't just gone out there and just.
And you could also like set a goal like over the next 5 months, I'm just gonna master breakfast.
Yeah.
You know,
Over the next
like,
5
or-
months, I'm just gonna masturbate.
Every day, all day.
You could also get obnoxiously into politics.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Just like super, just like get it over your head in politics.
What do we always tell people who listen to this show? Don't bother getting involved in politics because it's not going to change anything.
Yeah, that's the number one
There's
thing.
no benefit from being political.
No one person has ever changed anything. Only like 100,000 people working in unison, and nobody can do that anymore. So don't even bother.
The only time it's happened in the past decade is Coney 2012, and the stress of it was so much that it made all the guys' clothes disappear and made him run around trekking off. Like, that's how powerful that is. You don't want that heat. Just live your life. Try to stay under the radar. That's my whole thing now. I'm 31 years old.
Let's just get through this one, and by this one, I mean your entire life. That's the best advice that we can give
Just
you.
try not to leave a paper trail.
Yeah, just keep it discreet.
Just make it
Stay
to
off
the
the
end of your
grid.
life without dying, and you'll have succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get to the end of your life and just let it be like a puff of air that no one notices when you die. Just like, what'd that guy do? Oh, nothing.
You gotta.
At least you want to annoy everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get in anybody's way.
You gotta take up a craft. I think that's the best thing that you can do with your time. When you're free time, if you don't want to feel like you've wasted your time, the only thing you can do is improve something. It's like The Sims. You play a guitar long enough, and then you can paint a beautiful painting because it's both creativity.
Right. That's video game logic for you. You know, our personal friend Brian Barth, when he found he had some free time on his hands, you know what he took up? Metallurgy. Learn how to forge shit. That now you laugh the first time because you know who knows what they're doing with that. But now that he can do it full time, he can like forge his own weapons. Like, that's amazing. That's a great way to spend your free time.
It's super practical.
On a
Super
different
duper
note,
practical. Well, not now.
cross stitching. You could cross stitch. It's kind of like metallurgy.
Did you say cross-allergy?
Cross allergy? Make metal crosses. Throw them at vampires.
Don't cross stitch.
You can become a vampire, honey.
Wait, hold on.
Vampire honey.
Did you? Oh, girl.
Oh,
Damn,
shit,
those fangs
girl.
are
Come
looking
here.
nice, girl.
Let me see that.
You got some juicy
Let me see that
fangs.
juicy,
God, those
delicious
fangs are
neck.
juicy.
No, you got to take up a trade that's gonna.
Fat neck.
You got to take up a trade that's gonna be impressive to people, like magic, like card tricks,
Not the
Like
gathering.
magic cards?
like magic cards, The Gathering. Fucking do
I
that,
had a bunch
man.
of free time, so I got like good at magic.
We got back from PAX last weekend. Those guys playing magic cards were getting more trim than Matthew
Tiesson.
McConaughey in 1996. 1996 McConaughey.
Like the peak of his parabola.
Exactly.
Hi, guys. It's just me, your dad, and, well, I just wanted to share this special memory on this special podcast. I remember bouncing you kids on my knee, and now my knees are shot, so thanks a whole hell of a lot.
Hello, brothers. This is Kathy from St. Louis, Missouri, calling to congratulate you on your 100th episode. Because of your weaving questions into wisdom, I now know how I feel about man-sized jars, how to place an order for Steak-'em in tubes, how to take a big bite of the recovery sandwich, when to pack up and move away, and just how gross tropical chillers are. I can't wait to hear the new and delightful nuggets of wisdom that you will provide in your next 100 episodes. Congrats.
Trav, any other check-ins? Did we help anyone else?
We got one. It made me super happy. Hey guys, back on episode 67, I asked if there was any way to keep my mustache without people thinking I'm a creepster. I took your advice and went full Sam Elliott. Within a few weeks, I was elected to my college's homecoming court. Thanks, brothers.
Fuck yeah. Don't thank us. Thank Irony. Thanks, Irony. You're the best.
And he attached a picture too. It is a lovely mustache.
How
It is
thick?
a
What's
great-
the bushiness rating from
Can we
I
put
would
it
say
in the-
impenetrable.
Okay.
Trav, can you remember to put it in the forums so people can enjoy that?
I will.
pic?
I will attach that picture. I will make this guy famous.
Okay. Good.
Did he have any?
deserves it with that
Did he have any
mustache.
crumbs in there? Did he have like a?
No, it was well
Did he have
gripped,
like a
so
full
well gripped.
Cheez-It?
He actually had a bird that traveled with him that helped keep his mustache
That's
clean.
the best thing I've ever heard. I want that now.
Symbiotic relationship.
Like one of those rhino birds.
Sure.
Sure.
Guys,
Well, we knew what you were saying.
this Yahoo Answer was sent in by Lisa Holofield. Thank you, Lisa. It's by Yahoo Answers user China Doll, who asks,
No.
I need a hip-hop group name. Help me out. I need a group name, but it needs to end with girls with a Z.
Okay.
It's the three of us. We need something cute that the teens and young girls can catch on to. Nothing stupid, please.
Oh my God.
Fat, juicy butt girls.
Oh,
The phrasing of the part where she says we need something the girls can catch on to makes me feel like this is a few teachers that are going to lip sync a terrible song at the school talent show. Like,
Or they're going to do a terrible song, but like change the words to help promote teen abstinence.
that's what this feels like. They're gonna wear those the sunglasses with the neon sides. Those that classic style. Maybe some jams.
Guys, I've been sitting here trying to think of a parody of a modern song in which to work abstinence themes into, and the problem I'm having is that I can't think of a modern song. Oops.
I think the only song that popped in my head is "Marry the Night," and I think there's something about like waiting till marriage in there, but I don't know what it is.
I came up with Super Bass. I think that's the only song that's been released in the past 5 years that I've heard. It's a good one too. That boom, 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 boom. Don't have sex.
I don't have sex and I know it. That's one, right?
Yeah.
I don't have sex. What? Maybe sort of. Look at the stars. I am not having sex.
Sure. If you're listening to Coldplay, it's assumed that you're not having sex with
Yellow.
anyone. Yeah.
The Coldplay Girls would be a good name.
Sure.
That would be a good name.
Because you've already got like the name recognition.
Sure. That's
And copyright
no.
infringement.
That's how naming the bands works. Foo Fighters were originally called Beatles too.
They're called Beatles Foo. And they were like, this is too long.
This sucks.
Let's change it.
Everything about this is bad.
This name sucks. This bit sucks. What? Okay. What about Chunky Girls? Now hear me out. Because they know how to move. Here's what I'm going to do for the rest of this bit. As we come up with names,
Okay.
I'm going to double check and see if they're actual names.
Yeah,
First
get on
up,
MySpace
Chunky Girls.
with a Z.
Oh, with a Z. It has to do with a Z.
Yeah, it's imperative.
First up, Chunky Girls with a Z. Okay, there is a chunkygirls.com.
Oh, don't click that.
for
Do
girls who are
not click
tired
that
of being-
hyperlink.
Don't click it.
Too late. And chunkygirls.com is also on MySpace, but it does not appear to be a band. So, Chunky Girls available.
So you could be Chunky Girls the band.
Yes, they could be Chunky Girls the band.
Can I read off the best answer as chosen by Asker? It's by Yahoo.
Yes.
It's by Yahoo Answers user Gouda, who says, it's kind of long. I've played in bands, sang in bands, and written music for years. Currently, I manage a group of local bands and singers, including Chainsaw Heart, all-girl metal, Silver Age Heroes, alt-rock, Georgia Boy, with an I, rapper, Terrified, all-girl alternative, Red Sun alternative, Denied metal, and my pride of joy, a band of 3 young men by the name of Stolen Ink. Check them on Facebook. You won't be disappointed. All these bands I named, all these bands I named, and they have good, solid names that are fun to say and easy to remember. So please take to heart what I say next. Misspelling a word and a group name never seems to work out well. But if your heart is set on it, here's a few names tossed your way. Girls spelled normally, girls spelled with a U, girls spelled with a Z.
So girls.
Yes. Name of your hometown, girls. Monster Beat Girls.
Nope. Beat girls. No combination of beat
Yeah.
girls should ever be in anything.
TXT Girls.
Text girls.
Power Supply Girls. And Rolling Rhythm Girls.
I think Power Supply Girls is my favorite. Renewable Energy Girls.
Oh, that's great.
Green Girls.
Wind Farm Girls.
Corn-based ethanol girls.
So, guys, it's time for our check-in of the Stolen Ink MySpace page. They're, of course, a trio of musicians from Bellevue, Illinois. Here are the literal names of the members of this band. We got Lucas Holland on bass. Okay. Stone Searlock on guitar and vocals. And then my favorite, Kale Hug on drums. Top comment on the MySpace page comes in from Adam. He says, OMG, you guys rock. If I were a chick, I'd do all of you. JK, no, but really I would.
And that was posted. And that was posted when?
That came to us 1 year ago today. I don't know if
yes,
consummated.
It was a day just like today.
I believe that means they have gone viral.
Then they changed their name to One Direction, and now they're
Now
huge.
we know them.
I have clicked a button to bring Stolen Ink to Huntington, West Virginia on the MySpace page. I don't know if that will work, but I have attempted.
Give me that ink. I'm a band.
Send it my way.
You
know that you've got the Google heat when the third result for searching for your brand brings up the headline Office Depot manager got rich selling Stolen Ink cartridges. you know you're making a dent in the scene.
There is no band that you can put girls in that won't be miserable.
Miserable girls.
Still pretty. That's probably the most accurate you're going to get, but I don't think it has the penetration required to go viral.
Penetration girls.
You got to stop saying the things I say and then girls after it.
Girls after it, girls.
Stop it.
Stop it, girls.
I'll hang you. I will hang the life out of you. Don't you fucking
news girls.
Here's some bands that have girls in the name.
Okay.
Brought to you by our friends at allmusic.com. They're Spice Girls.
Sure.
Okay. New Girls in You. So that's taken.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
69 Girls. That is a large band.
It's like the Polyphonic Spree, but it's all ladies.
Yeah. Girlsmen. No.
I don't.
Did bad.
Is this going? Is there like 50 names down the list? There's something hilarious.
You're hoping for a joke, right?
Where's the pay? I'm just waiting for the payoff. It's cool. We've done this 100 times. I know you know what you're doing.
Can you just edit it?
Can you put in a payoff in post?
How about, can I come up with a gag later and I'll just fax it to you?
Or I can just,
put it in?
I'll just type it into Microsoft Sam. I'll just put that in later.
Thanks.
So here's another check-in email. I am potential runaway bride from episode 31, who you gave some very serious relationship advice to regarding a boyfriend who wanted to propose when I was terrified of the idea. In short, you told me to consider why I was so scared and leave him if it wasn't working. I did, and then I left, and I can honestly say it was one of the best things I've ever done. With him out of my life, I graduated college early, moved to a new city, and am in a wonderful relationship with a new guy. Thank you for giving me a dose of reality, brothers. Packed my bags and moved away from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Man. This is... listen, this is fantastic. This really does... It warms my heart, and I feel so happy for you. But I genuinely hope that the guy that you were dating originally wasn't like General Zaroff, who's going to very slowly hunt me, Justin, and Travis all down for making you break up with him.
Also, I just want you to know, like, what a huge risk you took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Acting on our advice. I'm
Just
so glad
because
it worked out well.
We sound serious when we're saying these things. It still doesn't mean we mean them. You can't actually do the stuff. I can't have that hanging over my head.
I'm just terrified of, like, it's great that this worked out for you, but I'm terrified of, like, the 6 people that weren't able to write in because they're homeless now and can't afford the computer to tell us the terrible thing that we did to their life.
You have to remember, we've answered an average of 6 questions over 100 episodes. That's 600. 40 people or so wrote in. So to me, that means 560 people are just dead. Just dead as fuck. Followed our
dead
advice.
because of our words.
Yeah, we killed them with our show.
Oh, man.
So for that, we're sorry.
What if we get a question in next week that's like, hey, brothers, I was going to propose to this girl, but she done dipped on me, so now I'm pretty much sad all the time. What do I do to...
Now I just sit around listening to miserable
What do
girls.
I do to stave off the loneliness? Love. David.
Love, I'm right behind you with a knife.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you. I'm moving to Cincinnati this weekend for my first grown-up job and my first time living alone. I am in desperate need of tips for making the move go slowly. I've got plenty of family helping.
Smoothly.
I want the
What'd I
move to be
say?
as slow as possible. Can I ride on a giant tortoise?
Want the move
What's
to go
the slowest
smoothly.
car that there is to buy?
I got plenty of family helping, but I'd like the experience to suck as little as possible. I'm appalled at the number of books and video games I've accumulated over the years. Thanks, brothers. Gmail. All right, I'm going to tell you something straight up, and it may be too late for this. I've never, ever gotten rid of a physical possession and then regretted it. Ever. In my entire life.
Completely agree.
I have never gotten rid of a DVD or a game or whatever and wished later that I had that thing again.
You know what? I'll take that one step further because I'm a huge pack rat, or I was a huge pack rat. And over the course of like 4 years, from like age 24 to like now, I've moved like 8 times. And in moving into this apartment that I'm currently in, I finally went through and unpacked all the boxes that I hadn't touched in like 5 moves. And they were full of just literal garbage. Like pieces of paper, scraps of things that I just thrown into a box rather than like sorting through my shit. Yeah. And I probably would have moved 8 less boxes a move if I had just actually gone through and sorted through my stuff.
In your defense, you are half borrower, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true.
That's disgusting.
And half magpie.
Disgusting. Here's what you do. You throw away don't throw it away. Go to Goodwill, drop off like half your clothes, because I guarantee you don't wear half of your clothes. Just get rid of them. They take up space. They're heavy. They're gross. They're moldy. Get rid of those. Get rid of old shitty furniture. It's time for you to upgrade, get some nicer stuff. I wouldn't get rid of any video games because I can't. I got rid of all of my Super Nintendo and PlayStation games once so I could buy a computer, and I regret it every day of my life that I don't have my original copy of Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo. That's got sentimental value. I'd hold on to those because you're going to want to come back to your...
Yeah, I mean, that's like a box to put your video game. That's not like a big deal.
And here's another thing. If you're really willing to invest a little bit of money, go and buy uniform boxes. Yeah. Especially if you're like packing a truck. Having uniform boxes make it so much faster.
Especially if you have a lot of uniforms. Those are going to come in super handy.
I mean, like, same size, same shape, same construction.
No, you're absolutely right.
Seal the bottom. Tape up the bottom of the boxes.
Tape up the bottom.
Don't do that thing where you fold over the 4 corners. You're going to drop your books on your foot and you're going to be mad.
Yeah. Also, if you got a bunch of family and friends helping you, you have to remember that like your efforts in the move are important, but you got to keep an eye on people that they don't start trying to do stuff. Like all you want them for is manual labor. If you see people trying to get shifty and start unpacking things,
just put your pots and pans under the sink. Oh, great, where it's super dirty. That's great. That's where I wanted those.
That's where I hate them.
I hate them there. Thank you. Great job. Keep it up.
Thanks. Also, I highly recommend doing furniture first. Yeah. And like when you move it into your new apartment, furniture first, then carry all the boxes and everything, because the furniture is the big, heavy up front, push, and then you can take one box at a time, and it's less of a stress. But if you wear yourself up on boxes, and then you get to the furniture, you're gonna be so sad.
And Alyssa, don't let people leave. They're gonna try to sneak out. You can't let that happen. You've got to keep an eye on people. They're gonna run. They're gonna try to bolt because everybody hates moving and they hate helping you.
Oh, guys, I'm moving. I'm moving in like a month or two, and I'm just reading this question and us talking about it. I'm having a panic attack.
The thing is moving is once you're all moved in and you've set up your new apartment, it's like the greatest thing. But the lead up to it, like cleaning out your 3 years of terribleness in your apartment, it's like the worst.
And you can try to clean your stuff. Like you can try to remove the signs of your life. It takes like, why does it take so many passes to like remove the evidence of your existence? It takes forever.
And the worst part is like, you look around at your stuff, right? Right now, everybody stop, take a look around where they are. You think, I don't have that much stuff. A couple books on the bookshelf, some stuff. You have so much shit. Yeah. Like, you don't even know it. It's under bookcases and inside drawers. You have so much stuff.
Terrible. comedian and hospitality expert Amy Sedaris, she had a pretty good way of doing this. She would invite people over for garage sales, and basically she would just lay out a bunch of stuff that she owned on tables in her house, and you would give her a quarter for anything. And you would just go through her house buying her stuff. She would just sell it to you because you came over for a garage sale party.
Can I just use this podcast as like my own personal Austin Craigslist? Like, guys, I've got like 2 laptops I just don't use. I need to hawk them. I've got a bed that I'm probably gonna need to get rid of. Just like hit me up. I'll give you very reasonable prices, and you can sleep in the bed of a star.
A rich man.
This is a celebrity.
You can
bed.
roll around in my skin flakes, and you'll love it. You'll love every second of it. Dirty boy.
Now you're never gonna sell the bed.
So dirty.
Such a dirty, bad bed.
It's got my. It's got. Oh God. Go on.
Ugh.
Good job on talking, guys. Woo! 100. Holy shit, guys. I have been listening since episode 1, and you're about to hit your 100th episode, and that's fucking awesome. And I've listened to every single one. You've answered one of my questions. You give me shout-outs on the show. I drank fucking a strawberry tropic chillers because of you guys, and it was the worst thing that I've ever done, but I'm glad that I did it. I've grown as a person, and I couldn't have done that without my brother, and me. Congratulations on your 100th episode from Ian Johnson in Kansas City, Missouri.
Guys, I got a Yahoo answer from Steve Lewis. Thank you, Steve. I should be clear. Steve didn't ask it because I don't think this is Steve's style, but he sent it in. Thank you, Steve Lewis. It's by Yahoo Answers user question mark, who asks, my boyfriend has a teeth fetish? My boyfriend has a teeth fetish. Maybe it's a cavity fetish. He always wants to look inside my mouth at fillings I've had done or any dental work. He likes to feel my teeth with his tongue while we're kissing. And he's even asked if he could see copies of my dental x-rays. I care about him, and this is the only persistent problem between us. So I'd really like to find a way to work around this, but it makes me uncomfortable. He is constantly asking me questions about my dental history and wanting to look inside my mouth. And he has made it clear that it's a sexual thing, and he's turned on by it. I'm not really sure how to handle this because I've never really dealt with anything like this before. Any help? I'd like educated responses only, please. I understand this is a strange question. I'm aware it's out of the ordinary. No need for anyone to use the response system to blast their personal feelings, preferences on this topic. It's weird.
Well,
I get it.
Dear Yahoo, I have like the greatest boyfriend. There's this one little thing.
I've got one ish with him.
I now know that time travel will not be invented in my lifetime because there's no way future Justin would not have come and snatched the headphones from me just then and said, no, don't do this. Don't do this. You can't live with...
Don't go down this rabbit hole.
You can't carry this burden with you of knowing this is a thing. Can we... The one thing that is bad about the internet, except for all the other things, is the one major thing is... I don't need to just do this in your own home. I don't need to know about it. Yeah. Why would you foist this onto the public consciousness?
Listen, did you not assume any hole that is on or can be made with the human body is people have a fetish over that, right? I just didn't assume that it would get so tiny as cavities. You know what I mean?
I'm just glad that this, because I was sure there was going to be some ambiguity to this, but thank God that the boyfriend cleared up that it is a sexual
just real
thing.
quick, just so there's no confusion. Don't let me be misunderstood. Gotta see those cavities.
This is not at all. I don't care about your dental hygiene. I'm not like studying to be a dentist or anything. I am
boned out
right
for
now.
Your canines. Please get them out.
This is really hot to me. So here's my question to you guys. When in this guy's younger years, did he have the best dentist ever or the worst dentist ever? So he had one of those that has turned him into this. Sure. So I just need to clear up which one.
Do you mean like
had.
he gave him the gas and was like very comforting to him and like gave him a free toothbrush with every visit, or
or he was just blasting Slayer from all the speakers and ripping his teeth out without Novocaine? Mm-hmm. One of them is triggering this.
I'm trying to decide what the question asker wants to accomplish. Like, is this person asking, how do I become okay with the fact that my boyfriend is a teeth guy?
She's trying to do a pro and con scale, right? and she knows all of the pros, and she's figured out the value of them. She needs to know the metric weight of how terrible it is that he wants to fuck her teeth out.
Oh, very.
Very high. I would say 2,000 pounds is how heavy this is.
A metric, it's a solid ton of bad.
Guys, all she's doing is she wants to share her burden. That's it. That's all this is about.
Hey, take a load off, question mark.
Take a load off, Yahoo. Take a load free. And
put the load.
Tell me about your boyfriend's thing with teeth.
Pulled into internet. Gotta tell people about my freaky boyfriend. He likes to jerk off to people's smiles. His favorite member of the Muppets was Dr. Teeth. He's got 20 pairs of dentures in the closet. He calls it his secret shrine.
You're turning into Randy Newman again.
And everybody knows.
Gives me a cavity search, and it means exactly what it sounds like. Take a load off, Yahoo. Tell me about the thing with teeth.
Oh, fuck.
Can we not?
Can we please not? What's next?
Can we just
is this is the end game, right? What small, I guess, pores?
Every time I hear one of these things, I expect there to be like curtains on the computer that close. It's like the end. The internet fiend.
Hey, thanks for sticking with us this far, Justin. You've reached the end of the
internet. We've had a good run.
Here's a printout certificate.
Turns out we were all ghosts the whole time. Thanks for hanging in there for a decade. Thanks for sticking with us through the Prodigy years. We know things were a little rough at the beginning.
This whole thing has been a Truman Show-esque television extravaganza of people watching you explore the horrifying depths of the internet.
Most of it was user-generated content by people who were delighting in your torment.
You've won 8 Emmys.
You're the most famous person in the world.
It's all for you, Justin.
Because that's what people on the internet need to think, that they are, in fact, even more important than they already assume that they are.
Oh, man, teeth, guys.
You know the horrifying thing is that this girl...
Yeah, I know the horrifying thing, Travis.
No, but there's like a whole group of people that are like, yeah, that's completely normal.
Yeah.
Teeth.
Sexy
teeth.
That's actually the first answer. It's weird. So what? We all have our own little ways of getting turned on. Yes, perhaps your boyfriend's is a little further out from the mainstream than most, but if you love him, should not matter.
Like, I don't... And this is where I agree. Like,
doesn't matter.
We are all three of us super in. I think we proved last week we are both into and knowledgeable about the kink scene.
Mm-hmm.
We're down. We're down with all that. Whatever you want to do, just don't tell anybody about it.
Right? Like I'm into
a secret.
I'm into sexual waffle irons, but like I would never ever say that out loud in front of another person, let alone an enraptured radio
I can't
audience.
Stop walrusing.
Yeah, Travis is like stuck on walrusing,
and I like.
But I keep that to myself.
I like sex, weird sex.
That's gross, Justin.
That's horrible.
You pervert.
I was just talking about putting your penis in a waffle iron or some maybe a sandwich maker and make a paninis.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say paninis?
And the Oscar for podcasting goes to Griffin McElroy for paninis. The worst word that now exists.
And the worst image, in case anyone was wondering.
Thing, the 100% worst thing that is, and
your
Griffin
crushed
made it.
Toasted dick.
I actually went to Panera Bread the other day, and they had a paninis on special.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Well, between your paninis and your delicious juicy butt,
I have a lot to offer.
This is the worst day ever.
You got a lot going for you, and
this is what happens when we record a 2-hour podcast. Usually when we record a 1-hour podcast, we get to like minute 53 and we have to pull the ripcord because something awful has happened. We've learned something awful about ourselves in the internet. This time we have no such luxury.
Yeah, we're just getting as deep as it. We're just figuring this out, how deep this goes. We're making callbacks in this episode of things that happened so long ago. We no longer remember them.
You know, it's a little off topic of the podcasting, but I find that I think that this might be a time to answer some behind-the-scenes questions that we've been asked over the years of just stuff like how much editing
So
goes into
much.
the show.
None.
You guys would not believe.
Well, Justin and I don't do it.
Yeah. They approximately 0 minutes from both of them. Well, Justin does it every once in a while.
Griffin, what kind of editing do you do in the show?
The kind where when we say things that aren't funny, I can delete that.
And how many deleted scenes
Half?
did you say that is?
Half of it. Half of them. 50%. 1 out of every 2.
How many, what percentage of that is funny, but you would never want anyone to know that we said the things? So you have to delete them. What percentage is that?
So the bigoted material.
Yes.
The more, let's say the more bigoted material.
Yes.
All 100%.
Pretty much all. It's all funny. It's just some of it is like the kind of funny that Don Rickles can get away with because he'll be dead soon. That kind of funny.
Once we're 70, we'll release the master tapes and people.
By which
will
we do
not-
mean, in fact, the master tapes. They are master tapes for the master race is the name of that
God,
collection.
no, it's not called that.
And it will be called that. And
Travis, do
But there will be quotes around it.
and then we'll be at the bottom like, get it? We're old now.
We're old. This is cool. Travis,
Well,
do we have any more?
Do we have any more behind-the-scenes questions?
Was that literally the only
that
thing
your
people
segment?
don't understand about?
We also get asked stuff like how we pick where we do the live shows.
Fucking where does
wherever
one of us
Griffin
live?
Yep.
Yeah.
The most convenient place. If we could do one in our living room, that's what we would do.
We have
places-
plans to do other ones now.
Yeah, the places
now
we'd
that we're
like-
super rich.
Now that we're super rich, the places we'd like to do live shows. Well, I think New York is an obvious one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would love to do one there. We're doing one in LA but that'll be like part of the Max Fun Con. So
We'd love to do one in Seattle.
Yeah,
yeah,
Seattle
that'll
would
be a lot
great.
of fun. And
Love to-
Boston
Boston.
I'd
I'd
wanna
do
do
Talked
one
about Philadelphia.
in conjunction with PAX East sometime.
And I've been thinking about it. If you work for a venue or if you are part of an organization that brings people in and you would like for us to come and do a show, let us know.
we can work it out.
Invite us. We'll see what we can do.
DC, we'd like to do one there. But anyway, those are the places that we'd like to do them. It's just logistics can be a challenge.
Maybe a
so
European tour. I think the Europeans been waiting long enough.
we would love to do that. If you guys can figure out how we can make that, like we can pay for it. If our European friends would be willing to do a Kickstarter with us.
Don't just start one.
Don't just start one because we need the
Please.
money, not you.
Yeah.
But if you guys want us to do a Kickstarter where the end game is that we go to Europe, and I don't know, maybe you donate enough money, you can I'll have like a VIP champagne room or something.
Shit, where we jerk them off?
No. What?
No, jerk them off with
comedy.
With the
Comedy
comedy, with our
jerk-offs.
mouths. We jerk them off with our mouths.
We'll giggle bait
Oh,
them.
Justin, no!
What
That's
we're
called
saying,
another thing.
No, I mean,
That's what it's called when you mouth off to somebody. That's actually what it is.
I just really want to go to Europe. If I gotta blow a guy, whatever. It worked for Maggie Gyllenhaal and Cherry, baby. She got through most of her life that way. I just want to do it once. I don't think that's asking so much.
It's asking quite a bit.
It is asking quite a bit.
So here's another question we get asked a lot that I want to go ahead and knock out now so we don't go through another 100 episodes of getting this question once a week. People always ask, they're thinking about starting a podcast.
Sure.
Do we have any advice?
Yeah, don't.
Do we have how to make it funny, how to do it, anything along those lines?
What if your podcast gets more popular than ours? Where does that leave us?
That's why we don't ever answer it, honest to God.
Yeah.
Because there should only be one podcast in this world.
That's not
ours.
That's not it.
No.
Hey, stop podcast yourself. Do that. You're out of the game. Jordan Jesse, go. Jordan Jesse, stop. Get out. Out of the pool. Throwing shade. Want to throw some dirt on your grave because you're done podcasting. You're out.
Former Judge John Hodge. Disgraced Judge John Hodgman.
Judge John Hodgman.
The verdict is in, and you have to stop with your show because we're the only ones left. What else we got? WTF? Where to find podcasts? It's nowhere because you stopped.
How did this get stopped?
How did this get stopped? That's pretty good.
I guess the advice would be have two really funny brothers to carry your dead weight for you.
That's been my plan for 2 years. It's been working out great so far.
Wait, that's what I've been doing.
Shit!
I got you guys. I got this.
I would say the best advice that I have for anyone is don't just start doing a podcast because you feel like it. Like, wait till you find a good topic and
That's what we did.
cast of people. Yeah, but like we didn't say like let's do a podcast and start one the next day. Like we brainstormed and worked on it.
That's exactly what we workshopped it for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, and all that was coming up with the name.
Yeah.
What was our?
Oh god, I have a text document somewhere with some of the failed.
Can we
names.
do that? Can you read that? Do you have that somewhere saved? Travis can read a check-in while you look for it. In fact, Travis, do it.
Got it. Last summer, I asked for tips and tricks for safely navigating one's first music festival. In reply, you guys warned me against getting hit by mysterious buses, as well as avoiding the dangers of prostatitis. I'm happy to report that my trip to Bonnaroo was a rousing success. I maintained a healthy fear of parked buses and RVs, while simultaneously keeping my butthole game correct. This year, I will be returning to Bonnaroo, and this time I will be bringing friends. Congrats on the 100th episode, Battle Worn at Bonnaroo.
Now, Travis, you giggled.
I like the phrase butthole game.
It's so vital, though. That's no joke.
Yeah.
You want to come home, you'd be like, yeah, I saw Wilco. It was great. Got a butt disease.
Travis, another one from this vegetarians.
Oh,
Feeding
okay.
Vegetarians. Give me that.
Here's another one. I asked you what I should do to feed my vegetarian friends in episode 46. Somehow I managed to feed them and remain friends with them. I even managed to pick up more of those delusional friends, and am currently dating one. So I guess everything worked out well. Thanks, and congratulations on the 100th episode. Congratulations on your vegetarian girlfriend.
You guys, I found the document.
Okay.
Here's a few names that we came up with that were really bad. Brother in my ear. We got into robots for a while. Travis said fat robot. Not quite human. Justin said the not quite human fan cast.
This is all legit, by the way. This is not a bit.
Brother attack. When brothers attack. Heat of the Bromant.
Heat of the Bromant was such a good one.
Wait, what was it?
Heat of the Bromant.
That was mine.
Blossom.
Blossom?
It's just Blossom?
That's just Blossom.
Damn.
Family Circus. Oh man, some of these are so fucking bad.
Keep going. I have to know.
Oh, this was great. Macklejoy.
Okay.
I was the first one to suggest my brother and me. I forgot that piece of errata. And then right after that, I suggested Keenan and Kel and Justin and Travis and Griffin. Let's see.
I remember we had honorary brother was one that we kicked around.
Brother bought 5,000, I think was the one.
Brother bought 5,000.
I do remember bro.
Cirque de Brolay.
I remember bro your own way was one.
Bro your own way was
that was very close to becoming it. The Baldwins of podcasting.
The Baldwins of podcasting.
The Baldwin Brothers podcast with your host, the McElroy brothers.
Mr.
Wordy. Brother.
Mr. Brother. I think maybe, and you know how people who really love Mr. Belvedere call him Brocktoon? I think that we should maybe people who are super fans of the show should pick one of these as a nickname that they can use for us.
Oh, I like that. That only they use.
But while still using.
Let's go with Blossom.
Just please make it Blossom.
But don't.
You guys check out the latest episode of Blossom?
But we're still trying to build our brand heat, so please don't do that. Let's include the hashtag. The MBMBaM hashtag we do, because we're just really trying to build this brand right now.
How about a Yahoo answer?
Yeah, sure. Are we still doing this fucking Are we doing like 2 shows in a row or something?
Yeah, we're gonna squeeze in 2 hours.
Oh my god!
It's what people wanted. They've listened to 99 hours. I only want 2 more because they're fucking insane. This one was sent by Mark Turetsky. Thanks, Mark. It's by Yahoo Answers user Andre, who asks, 2012 into the world. Safe places to hide? I'm not going to read his whole question because it's like 6 paragraphs of the craziest thing I've ever read. But he had a friend who used to work at Area 51. Told him it's a government bunker about 1,500 miles underground. He said that in 2012 there will be, quote, a new beginning that the government knows all about. It's going to kill 99.9% of the people on the earth. They're going to save Obama and Bush and Clinton and him, his buddy who works at Area 51, NASA for some reason. And it's a no-fly zone.
When do you get to the crazy part?
When I said 2012 into the world safe places to hide.
No, but all of that's true.
Right from the kickoff.
No, I saw all of that on the History Channel yesterday.
Here's a problem. No, you didn't.
Yes,
Here's a second problem. He can't enter this facility. It's limited entry. He wants to move to the Himalayas, but he's not a mountain climber. But he doesn't know of any other safe places to hide when the depletion of the human race happens.
Well, I think the answer is obvious.
Is it?
What?
Area 52.
It's not. It's kind of shoddily made.
Area 52 is the name of the pizza parlor next door. Hilarious gag.
What if can you stand in a doorway? Can you get in your bathtub?
Get in your bathtub in a doorway.
Build a doorway in the bathtub in the basement. That's the safest place you can be in any emergency.
That's a bomb can go off next to you and you'll be a-okay.
Yeah. That's how Osama survived for so long. He actually wouldn't leave the door frame in a bathtub in a basement. They had to carry him around like a giant sedan with guys on the side.
Ah, fuck. I should have said Area Club 54.
Stop it.
Damn it. That would have led to like a whole string of goofs.
Oh,
yeah, it would have been really great.
Yeah, it would have been really good. Well, maybe if you want to start a podcast, there's a great way. Just take that goof that Travis left there by the right side. I'd say it's a full podcast worth of goofs.
It's a rich vein of goofs.
It's a rich goof vein. Ooh.
No claim jumpers.
So...
Claim jumpers would be a great name for a podcast. Can we change ours?
No.
Yes.
Travis, listen, I appreciate all the goofs. We are 8 months out from the apocalypse. So, like, if we could come up with something. Maybe a submarine. It depends on what goes on, right?
Yeah, we don't know. The problem...
Well, that's the thing. You gotta plan for all.
You get in a submarine and go under, and you're like, ha ha ha, suckers. And then what's this? Tidal wave. You're caught in the wave. You're thrown into a building.
But of course, like if Galactus comes and just eats the planet, it's like, well, I wish I hadn't wasted so much time getting ready for this because basically.
Well, maybe that's why they're taking NASA with them because they're working on that the spaceship. But then what if it's just like a wave, like a solar flare that destroys the planet?
And then the only people will be safe are the people in bathtubs and doorways and basements.
So
just free floating in space. Guys,
help!
I wish I hadn't taken my clothes off.
I never thought this.
My pee-pee's out in space.
Can I look at your mouth?
We're all fucked.
Yeah, it's over. So I was just trying to enjoy ourselves while we got time.
I haven't seen Melancholia, but I watched a few trailers.
Yeah.
That's how you choose to spend your 2012 experience, is watching trailers for Melancholia?
The saddest thing about the world ending in 2012 is that no one will ever get to hear the Master Race master tapes.
Yeah. Guys, I know I'm actually thinking about it. What if it does happen?
It's not going to happen.
Well, but if it does, Griffin, it's inevitable. You know?
Yeah. No sense in worrying about it. Unless
but here's what's going to happen. People are going to be like, when that day comes, what is it, the 20th? December 20th, 2012? Right before Christmas.
5 days before Christmas. Yeah.
I know. So it's going to happen.
I'm not doing any shopping, by the way. Sorry. Fuck all y'all. There's going to be a lot of last-minute Amazoning for the kid.
Do you remember when June 6, 2006 came along? And people were like, oh, fuck, here it comes. 666. Everyone's dead. And everyone bought into it so much that there was just rioting in the streets and, like, people burning down entire cities and just, like, people lost their minds until June 7th came around.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like that. Like, people are going to bring it about out of their own fear of it. See, Justin's kicking it off early.
Mm-hmm. I got Melancholia over here.
Hey, brothers, congrats on that hundo. Hey, guys, this is Franz Ferdinand. Just calling to say, you know, my death sparked World War I. So you can take this to the bank when I let you guys know that you're just tops, and I really think you kids are gonna make it. Anyway, I'm in hell because I was never baptized, so I gotta get off the phone. But just keep up the good work.
I have this theory that if we go full, like, we're entering the third hour of podcasting we're entering our third hour of it, which is going to sound hilarious to people listening, and it's been on for 45 minutes. Like, wow, Griffin really does clip a lot of the show out. This is really heavily edited.
I think it's appropriate that we end talking about the end of the world.
Yeah. I think if we keep going, it would just be clicks, right? It would just be a bunch of clicks and noises that don't even resemble speech anymore. If we continue to podcast on into that infinite night, should we keep podcasting until the end of the world? That's my question. We've only got 8 months left. Shouldn't we dig in and just keep podcasting the whole time?
Let's do one. Let's do one more.
Definitely. Definitely. You can't stop me.
This one was sent in by Lisa Holofield. Thank you, Lisa Holofield, for your constant, your unswerving patronage. It's by Yahoo Answers user Clayton, who asks, "Can I call my husband Daddy?"
Good night, folks.
Do we really want to do this?
Goodbye, everybody.
Tell me right now, should we do another one? Let me give you some. Let me preview out the other ones. How to make a best friend.
Okay.
Could be sad. I'm not like.
Why would a girl send another girl a boobs emoticon? Don't you think Justin Bieber is turning ugly day by day and losing all his fans? All right, let's explore that. It was also sent in by Lisa Holofield. What do you know? Yahoo Answers Deepak Chathon, who asks, "Don't you think Justin Bieber is turning ugly day by day and losing all his fans after so many years of ruling the music industry?"
Basically, King Biebs.
I think he is turning a bit not attractive, and he's losing his fans due to the Robert Pattinson and One Direction. Only believers answer and say the truth.
No false prophets.
I'm a believer agnostic right now. I'm not sure that I am fully in the Biebs camp. I'm gonna try to find the most recent picture of the Biebs that I can.
Oh, it's awful. He looks like Donald Sutherland.
Somewhere there's a portrait of him getting more and more attractive.
And Donald Sutherland's like, I could walk without the cane today. I'm feeling really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bieb, for the youth energy.
Oh, man, if he's listening, I just really took the wind out of his sails.
Who,
if Kiefer's listening, I'm a fucking dead man.
Oh, the Biebs. How old is he now? He was born in 2008. So he is...
He was manufactured by government scientists in 2008.
He's 12.
Hey, guys, is it time for everybody to lay off of Justin Bieber yet?
Can we give him a break?
Once you saw Never Say Never, I don't think there's anybody...
I think you meant to say once you saw Never Say Never.
I thought I made a film recommendation to you guys. Did you not remember when I said, hey, you guys should watch this movie? And you said, yeah, it's on Netflix. We'll watch it tomorrow.
I don't remember saying that. I remember saying you should watch it, and I don't remember us saying
you
anything
emphatically agreed.
I'm having sort of a problem right now, and that is that I went to Justin Bieber's Wikipedia page, and he was born in 1994, and there's a section on the Wikipedia page labeled childhood and youth, and it's like all of it. Please tell me.
Happening.
Still current to now. Still youth. He's still childhood and youth. If the Bieber's youth is behind him, I am a decrepit I'm like the crypt keeper right now. I can't even keep my limbs on. It's like death becomes her. Like shit's falling off my body if the Bieber's youth is behind him.
Yeah, but now that he's legal, it's like, ooh, gross.
Gross, right.
Well, I think youth technically ends when you, like, fuck a 35-year-old woman during your tour in Germany. Like, it doesn't matter if you're 13 years old.
Did that happen?
Come on.
Okay, you're right.
I don't follow the blogs.
What are those New Directions kids into? One Direction?
I don't understand how female attraction works.
Okay.
I was just sitting here thinking about it. It's unthinkable to me that there are people who looked at Justin Bieber and were like, he's fucking got it going on, handsomeness, sexy-wise.
You know, Griff, I bet a lot of that is like that he is possibly the least threatening person to have ever existed in the world ever.
Yeah.
You're just saying that because you've never seen Never Say Never. You don't know how hard he is.
And saying stuff like that just completely undermines your case, Griffin.
When he plays basketball with his friends back in Canada, because he is Canadian.
Right.
When he's playing Canadian basketball...
And writing songs about how he beat Shaq.
When he's writing songs about the party that he threw at his house that he got grounded for, and his older brother Nick is like just killing it in 98 Degrees. Is that what the band he was in?
Yes. Which one died? LFO.
All of LFO died?
LFO died?
Not
in
all
a plane crash in
not
1960s.
all of LFO, but the only one you'd recognize on the street.
F died.
F died. I love girls that wear black. It's a funeral.
Was that LFO?
Yeah. I love girls where I'm being Fitch.
Guys, Justin Bieber is done. I was just thinking about it, did some Google image searching. He's done. He's gross. Don't make me look at him anymore.
You're over it? Over the Biebs?
He's got crow's feet.
It does he?
Who needs that?
Well,
he's been on a necklace made of crow's feet.
He's been under a lot of stress. He's like the most famous person. Do you know how hard that is to deal with?
I hear during his latest concert when he did Somebody to Love, and then like the tour manager goes out in the audience and brings a girl up on the stage to be his special someone, and he like gives her the rose and like dances around her like he does at every concert.
Could you not?
I heard the last concert that he did that out, he gave the girl the rose and she was like, no.
And she threw it back in his face and it poked one of his eyes out.
But now he has one eye.
And he's a lot less attractive. Because he looks like he's always winking.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Doesn't Bieber... Here's a question for you. Does Bieber have to die young? Now, hear me out. If Bieber can't do anything for the rest of his life that is not exactly this. Like, by the very virtue that Bieber will age, he can no longer be Bieber as we have come to think of him. Is the right plan of attack for A, him to, like, disappear for 5 years and then come back hard? Like, 5 O'Clock Shadow... been through some stuff, maybe some light cursing on his album. Is that
you're talking like he needs to like pupate for a while and then enter a cocoon?
He needs to enter a beautiful chrysalis,
yeah,
and come out Justin Timberlake, start up his acting career, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where this terminates.
I would also like to propose a like witness relocation program for aging child stars, and like change his name, become a substitute teacher in Utah.
Hi, I'm your teacher, Jorsten Blaber. Today we're going to talk about social studies.
I'm going to bring one of you girls.
Look like a 10-year-old girl.
I'm going to bring one of you girls up from your seat.
I'm going to make you my special someone, and you have to give your oral report on Custer's Last Stand.
Get it? Are we done?
I hope so.
I can't
we ran
say
out of
anything
steam
else.
like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I don't know any other things to say except to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with us like through all these years and 2 years, I guess. Not all these years. It's like some years, but
both years.
All these both years, you guys have been here and you've been listening to us talk about utter nonsense. And please don't get on Twitter and be like, this episode was whack. Like, I don't know. But if we edited it,
we're aware.
Like, we talked for 2 hours. Like, at some point, this just becomes like hanging. We're just hanging. Talking about
I just want you guys. We did this to prove a point so that you guys wouldn't ask for extra long episodes anymore. This is an object lesson.
This is a tough love episode of my brother and me.
Do you think we enjoyed this? We didn't.
Did not.
We did. We did it because we love you.
Yep. We're trying to teach you a lesson that you'll never forget.
I'm actually sleepy.
I'm like, yeah, you're like, all your goof energy's been depleted. You need to go have a hamburger and just chill out. Get a protein shake and just do your Pilates.
Head to the cool off tent.
Drink some OJ.
Put my head between my knees. Just like find my center again. Guys, I want to thank John Roderick and the Long Winters for the use of our theme song. It's a departure off the album Putting the Days to Bed. They just announced on the Max FunCon lineup that he's going to be doing a panel, I believe, at Max FunCon, which I am.
He's doing a panel, and I'm doing a panic attack as a result. Like, I cannot handle it.
I know it's been 6 days since we mentioned it, but I also want to say, if you haven't yet, If you haven't started this stupid podcast, go check it out. Go check out the Cast of Thrones. They were our sponsor this week. You've probably forgotten about it, but they're awesome.
But they're good too. Go listen to them. Thank you to everybody tweeting about the show. Nor Rockwell, Golly Ayali, of course, as always. Christian Nobano, Joanna 11, Action Allen, Cambo Soup, Gervais 1985, Law and Order PCP. Thank you guys so much for all your support over these 2 years. And the only reason people are listening to the show is because you told other people about it. So please don't stop that as we go into our 3rd year and our second 100 episodes. We can actually, because we are brothers, can never stop doing this podcast. Mm-hmm. So as long as people keep listening to it, that would be ideal because we legally can't stop.
Yeah.
Thank you to Jesse and all of our family members at Maximum Fun. It's an honor to be a part of this. It seriously, that was joining this network was I
think that's the best thing that happened to us in the last 100 episodes.
Yeah,
easily.
or the last 30 years of all of our lives.
Mm-hmm. And thank you to our dad for teaching us,
making us born,
teaching us about chuckles at a young age. He was a stern taskmaster when it came to goofs, and the one thing he told us to never do was to record for more than 2 hours. And yet, here
thank
we are.
you so much to our dad for allowing us to spring forth from his loins.
Mm-hmm. It is complicated. And thank
fully
you.
Fully grown.
I can't. Is this
That's pretty gross.
I'm so sleepy.
I just want the show to be over, Griffin. You're the only one with the power to make it stop, please.
Thank everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Seriously, and thank you for all that money. I just don't know what to do with
all that sweet money.
God, I'm so rich, Griffin.
I bought a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I bought a Taco Bell restaurant.
I bought a taco. So our split may be off.
This one was sent in by Lisa Holofield. Thank you, Lisa Holofield, very, very much. Our shows would be like half as long without your questions. Thank you. It's by Yahoo Answers user Amelia H, who asks, can I eat a turkey and cheddar crackers Lunchables while pregnant?
I'm Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
This has been my brother, and me. Kiss your dad. Score on the lips.
Thanks.
Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Hey, keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Man, these girls are smart. 3 stacks, these girls are smart. Play your part.